Hi there. All right, I'll just check in with everybody. I've got both classes started, so let's see here. Jody, anything I need to, oh, you're muted, but that's okay. I'll wait for Paula. Anything I need to know about you today?
Just still my knee. I can't do like what's it called? Child's pose. So I can't bend it 100%.
Can you put pressure on it?
Yes, like I can do cat cow and things like that. I just can't go into child like bend,
Okay.
fully.
So anytime I say child pose, then you're gonna come onto your tummy and put a knee up to the side.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. Jody, yeah, you're welcome. Jody, anything for you? Hi, Grizzly. Anything for you?
Just usual tight biceps.
Okay. Yeah. Angie, anything for you today?
No, I'm okay today.
Okay. Katie?
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm good. I can't hear you. Come closer.
I'm also okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got a few more to join us. I'll just get my candles on here. I looked up and I saw that they weren't there yet. So you guys can all just, I like to start in Shavasana for this class. Okay, let's just be honest, all classes lately. So let's just lie down as other people roll in. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Joanne.
How are you today?
Well, hanging in.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get started. So are you okay if I mute you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And Karen, anything I need to know today?
Good.
Okay. I'll get you muted. You just get onto your mat. There we go. All righty. So we could still have one more joining us, and then we have, let's just see here. There we go. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Anything I need to know today?
No, my back's a bit stiff, but it's muscle. It's not anything else.
Okay. All right. Well, in the end, we'll do some stuff for usually it's the buttocks that gets a little tight and the back needs a little toning. So we'll make sure we get a little bit of that in there for you today.
Sounds good.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so we've got a corporate class here and my regular yogis here. So I'm just I'll just see if I can mute us all. I don't think I can mute us, Brenda. Oh, you got yourself muted. Fantastic. Okay, good. Okay, so we're lying down and we're feeling. And as some of you know, those of you who know me and practice with me, you know that I teach my class. Hi, Maria. So we're just lying down to start today. So I teach my class with this. I always look at what is going on in the world right now. So what is it that we're feeling? What is it that I'm feeling? What have I been experiencing? What do I see people experiencing? What is the world experiencing, etc.? And then what does how can the practice of yoga give us some knowledge or some tool for insight and tool for self-reflection? So today, last week when I came to this class, I brought this idea of ahimsa. And not that I want to bring in a bunch of yoga sutras all the time, But this week I felt myself through so many different instances in life, finding myself saying over and over again, aparigraha. And for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you just had this moment of, great, what does that mean? So just like ahimsa, it's one of the sutras, it's the fifth yama. And in the same way, the A in front is something that negates parigraha. So first off, what is parigraha? And parigraha is, by different Sanskrit scholars, defined differently. Some call it grasping or clinging. Some call it receiving or getting or attaining. I think you get the picture. So there's this idea of greed or possible greed, not that aparigraha is greed. So when we put the A in front, it becomes this non-grasping, non-clinging, non-trying to attain a bunch of things. So just while you're here for just a second, let that just sink in. What does that mean? And just in the beginning of our practice, what do we cling to in our bodies? As soon as I asked that question, it was like the little joker in the back of my head started screaming, youth, I cling to youth, right? So, I mean, there's clinging there. But what are some of the other things we cling to? Are there emotions? Do we have clinging or clasping or clutching that happens? What is the feeling in the jaw, in the chest, in the palms when we have an emotion? Just feel that right now, even make fists clinging. Can you feel it? That holding on. I don't want to suggest that yoga is a practice that says, just simply let it go. Clearly not. But how would it feel if we could let go? Could you just release your hands? That's very simple. Again, I don't believe that the practice of yoga says, let everything go. No. But maybe we could let go of the physical clinging for a second. And then in this practice of looking inward, as we use our physical practice to move, could we then discover places where we could let go, but only let go in time and with love and with understanding and with practice? So don't feel like everything that comes up for you today is something you need to get rid of today. And don't feel like everything that comes up for you today is something that is judging you, right? Like if you're, you really like your Lululemon pants, we're not gonna, doesn't mean you're not a yogi if you're really like and attached to Lululemon. I say I'm in a pair of Lululemon pants, right? There's no judgment on it. It's just something for us to look at and question and notice. So with that, come on up. Maybe do a little rock, especially for those of you who have some low back pain, little rock from side to side. Come up to a seated position, place your palms onto your knees. And start to bring in your ujjayi breath. Even ujjayi breath could be a lesson in aparigraha. I once taught a yoga class and asked people to not do ujjayi. And on the way out of that class, one woman walked up to me and said, if you ever ask me to not do ujjayi again, I will never come back. So please, you are welcome to do your ujjayi today. Feel your breath. However, notice how you might be a little bit attached to this lovely, soothing, healing breath. Not with judgment, just with awareness. Great. From here, let's slowly come over to all fours. So take your knees under your hips, your palms under your shoulders, spread your fingers, tuck your toes. At any time, you are welcome to take child pose today. I don't know if today's going to be as hot and spicy as it may have been the last couple of weeks, but it's definitely worked with me. So from here, as you exhale, allow your head to go down, mid-back goes up, tuck your tailbone in. And then inhale, head comes up, chest up, look up, relax your jaw here. And then exhale, head goes down, mid-back up, and tailbone in. Good, continue to do this at your own pace. Feel your breath, feel your body. Yeah, just feel. And then slowly bring yourself on your next exhale up into downward facing dog and breathe. At any time, I'm going to bring us into what is called the vinyasa, what I call a vinyasa, what some of the yoga practice that do vinyasa flow does. You are welcome to do that with me. If that becomes a little too much on your shoulders or a little bit too much movement and you need a break, you can stay in downward dog or you could take child pose or some version of that. From here, exhale all the air. Inhale, allow yourself to come forward into plank. As you exhale, first one, I'm going to bring those knees down, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. And then inhale just a little mini baby cobra. And exhale down. Let's do that 3 times. So inhale, this is our second. Exhale, lower. Then inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower. Good, tuck your toes, inhale, lift up to downward facing dog. And breathe, walk it out. Good, from here, gonna be a little easier. Bring your left knee down and then bring your right foot up. Good, as you're here, we're gonna be on the knees for a moment, so feel free to take that knee or a blanket if you've got one right under the knee so that there's gonna be no pressure there. Okay. So we're forward, contract your abdominal muscles, inhale, slowly reach the arms up. Good, breathe. I'm just going to come forward. Good, that's it. And then with your arms, see if you can straighten them. If I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the TV. Good, so arms are straight. Good, feeling breath. What does it mean for you to live in simplicity? Could you? It's a hard one. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, allow your arms to come down. Breathe. Palms come to either side of your foot. Allow your foot to come forward. It's going to come forward and lift your toes. Palms on either side of the leg. Good. Feel your hips. Pull them back. Good. I've got a little bend in my knee. That's because when I straighten my leg, there's a little burning behind there. So feel free to have a little bend. Let's take 3 breaths here. Exhale all the air. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, look up. As you exhale, fold over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. And breathe. Starting about a year ago, we could really see this concept of aparigraha, this parigraha, this clinging that people had to things, especially toilet paper. I mean, can we all remember the toilet paper shortage of 2020, right? And just notice there was this, I need more. People were going out, going a little crazy over their toilet paper. So just notice how you feel and notice how that affected you. And notice, were you struggling with that as well? Did you feel like you had enough? All right, from there, slowly bend your knee, take your right palm on the inside, walk your right foot to the outside of your mat. I always find this is a little too much on my wrists when I take my hands flat. So I come onto my fist in lizard pose. So you're welcome to do that. You're welcome to keep your palms flat as well. And then allow your hips to come forward. As we're a little bit, still a little cool, you're welcome to also come forward and back a bit. So just forward and back is quite nice here. After a few times, and we start to get a little bit more open through those hips, allow yourself to come forward and breathe. And let's take that moment of looking inward again, of feeling breath. Noticing again what we're doing today, this idea of aparigraha. We can start to ask ourselves questions like, do we really need certain things? And why do we want them? As a former financial advisor, I can tell you that a lot of people think they need a heck of a lot, especially in this economy. The economy that we have, just our whole economic structure and framework. Good. From here, everything's kind of letting go here. From here, slowly bring your right knee back to your left knee. Take both knees together and place those palms flat now. With your right leg, inhale, lift the right leg up, look up. And as you exhale, bring your forehead to your knee. Inhale, right leg lifts up, look up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, right leg lifts up, look up. And exhale. From here, a little different. Inhale, reach your right leg up. But as you exhale, bring your chest down toward the mat. Inhale, push back up. And as you exhale, bring your forehead back toward your knee. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, chest down. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forehead or chest down. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Breathe, and then bring your knees back together. From here, lift your knees. Move your blanket if you've got one. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, come forward into your plank position. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, your choice about how to get there, lower yourself down to the ground. Just one cobra this time. Inhale, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, lower down slow, slow. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift up, downward dog. Breathe. I'm just losing my microphone, so take a moment there. Just gonna make sure I'm connected here. Okay. From here, slowly bring your knees down. And then this time, take your left foot up to the front of your mat. So knees come down, I'm grabbing my blanket again, and left foot comes up to the front. Good, contract your abdominal muscles and inhale, slowly reach up and breathe. So let's just notice something that we think we want or we need, right? There's houses, there's cars that we want or need, or clothing, or what have you. And we can just ask ourselves this question of, how will that affect my life? Will it be a positive thing? Will it be something that holds me back? And just notice, how much upkeep do things take? And that can affect who we are. This can affect our practice, our lives. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, slowly lower. Breathe. Take your foot up, so we'll bring it up, and then lift your toes. So the leg is a little bit more forward. Good. Again, I've got a little bend in my knee. You're welcome to take that bend, or you can be straight as long as there's no burning. Good. 3 more breaths here as we get in a little bit deeper, if that's comfortable for you. As you exhale, fold over. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, lengthen up. Push the crown forward. Exhale. I can't count, so let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe. just notice places, right? I started to bring up some possessions that would have to do with home, right? But notice this getting or this receiving and or clinging or grasping and how that can be part of your work. So many businesses right now really struggling and really clinging to what was before. And there's the suffering there. I can't go on any longer because it wasn't what it was before. That's hard. But that's what comes in this practice, is noticing what we're clinging to. Good. Allow your left palm to come to the inside this time. Bend your knee, walk your left foot over to the outside of your mat. Again, I come onto my fist. You're welcome to do that as well. And then just take a few moments of moving forward and back and just feeling the hips here. Good. And then once you're done there, we hold here for a moment. And again, we just feel and breathe. This is a place for me personally where I struggle, right? Of course I want it. I would love for it to go back tomorrow to the way things used to be. That would be so great. But to cling to that would mean that I'm not going to pivot and I'm not going to shift and I'm not going to change, right? I'd be held back in my old ways. What about you? How does that apply to you? Because it's not about me. Great. Place your palms down, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee off the ground. Inhale, step back, downward dog. Good. Breathe. Bring your knees back down. And we'll do that left side with those, just a little bit of chest work there. So exhale all the air. Inhale, take your left knee or left leg and lift it up and look up. And as you exhale now, bend those elbows, lower the chest down. Inhale, lift back up. And as you exhale, pull the knee in, forehead to knee. Inhale, we lift that left leg. And exhale, chest down. Inhale, up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. And exhale, forehead to knee. Good. Breathe. Take the knee back. Let's just move that blanket out of the way for a moment. And then take for a moment your version of child pose. So if you need to come onto your tummy because of tension in your knee, go ahead. Feel your breath, feel your body. Good. Good. And we just notice what we're feeling today again. Notice what's coming up for you as I say clinging. Do you believe that you have enough? Have you always believed that everything that you need is going to be right in front of you? What is the difference between what you need and what you want? Great. From here, reach your arms up over your head, contract abdominal muscles. Inhale, come up into downward facing dog. Exhale, allow your heels to release down toward the ground. Inhale, come up on your tiptoes. As you exhale, wave forward into plank. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, again, we lower down. Inhale, lift up through your chest. For your cobra, maybe you're going to take up dog. And then exhale right into downward dog this time. Breathe. Take your big toes together. Good. So now we're feet together. Contract abdominal muscles and inhale, reach your right leg up. And as you exhale, pull the knee to the chest, shoulders come over wrists. Inhale, reach back up, splits. As you exhale, knee to chest for plank. Inhale, lift back up, splits. As you exhale, knee to chest and step your right foot up. Breathe. Keep your back heel lifting, contract abdominal muscles and inhale, reach up into a crescent lunge this time. Breathe. Feel this idea of grasping, right? So take your arms out to the side, make fists, right? Feel that idea. We're holding on to something. What is it? What do we want to hold on to? And how can we start to just release just a little bit? Again, there's things that we can't let go of. Pain, right? Security. We want these things, but those things cause us suffering. What's a little bit of letting go? Good. Slowly release those arms down. Take your back foot and just hop it up with me enough so that your back heel comes down to the ground, and try to have both feet going forward. It's really hard for both of my feet to go forward without a little bit of an angle. Okay? Take your palms up to your waist. Oh my gosh, I'm falling all over. Take an inhale, lift up through the chest. As you exhale, feel like a hip hinge, move you back, and then slowly lower down. Now from here, you can take the palms behind your back. You can do that reverse namaste or grab a hold of opposite elbows here and breathe. How do we cling in friendships? I have a friend right now that lives on my street that's talking about moving. And again, I told you I had a joker in my head. I also have just like a little child in my head that screams whenever she talks about it, no, don't leave me. Right, so we cling, and I'm clinging. Contract abdominal muscles, inhale, slowly lift up. But then when it comes to it, I always say, do what's best for you. Good, from here, take that back leg, bring it back a bit again. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, take your palms on the inside of that right leg. Walk your right foot back out to the right side of your mat. And now we're in this upward lizard right now, so this high lizard. Good. We can again have a little bit of movement, but it's different. It's going to be more lifting. What are some of the, again, emotions that you cling to? Anger sometimes is a good one. Can you lift the inside of your foot up now? I'll just move a little to the side so you can see what I mean by that. Inside, so the knee goes out to the side. I had a situation yesterday with someone, and I felt today very angry. Good, lift your knee, and then send that leg back into downward dog. This morning she called and apologized. And as soon as we hung up, I felt myself still clinging to the anger. Right? I was still grasping at it because I was still not over it. And that's where part of today's class came from. I said to myself, aparigraha. She's apologized, it's perfect. She realizes it's time to let it go. Exhale all the air. Inhale, wave forward into plank. As you exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Gently, again, slowly, take your child pose just for a moment. This is just for reflection. Paula, you did one knee. Could you take the other knee up this time? Just for that reflection and for clarification, I don't believe that all emotions are things that we need to let go of. In my case, it was simple. It needed to get let go. The only person who was going to suffer was going to be me. So how do you feel? What are you clinging to? And it's okay if you need to be loving toward yourself. But if it's a situation like mine and it's causing you harm and it's solved, what can you let go of? How can you let go? Great, bring your arms back up over your head. Contract your abdominal muscles. Inhale, slowly come up, downward dog, and breathe. Let's get a little bit of core work in there before we do the other side. So just core and a little bit of shoulders. Exhale all the air. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, hold here and engage your thighs. Take another inhale, and exhale, go back, downward dog. Take an inhale here, and exhale again, forward into plank. Take an inhale, push your heels back. Take an exhale here, engage again. Take another inhale. And now exhale back into downward dog. Move quicker with me now. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, forward plank. And exhale, downward dog. This time, inhale, forward into plank. And as you exhale now, lower yourself down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift your chest, your choice, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Toes come together again. Inhale, take your left leg this time, reach it up to down dog splits. Exhale, knee to chest, core plank. Inhale, reach back up, splits. Exhale, core plank. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, core plank. Breathe, step that left foot up. Breathe. Contract your abdominal muscles, and with your next inhale, slowly come up and bring yourself up and back into that crescent lunge. Good breathing. It's heavy today. Here's the biggest question this week. I've got a lot of Aparigraha questions going on. How much is enough? I'm going to take those palms down. That's huge. Interlock your palms, lift your chest. When we cling, we also hold on here. So I was walking along the street the other day, and a guy comes up to me and he says, yeah, so I'm moving. You know, we just can't get ahead in this town. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's great. He says, you know, we've got no mortgage. You know, we sold our house for 1.4 million. And, you know, my wife only makes 250,000 a year. So we just got to get out of this place to a place where we can thrive. I'm standing there with my dog and I'm like, oh my gosh. So what's enough, right? And I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Good. Take those arms down, right? Hop that back foot up a bit so that front leg comes a little bit closer. And I'm not judging this man either. This time, take the arms behind your back, interlock as feels fit for you. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, hinge the hips back and lower down. And breathe. I found myself watching this man, and again, not judging, but instead I felt a little bit sorry, simply because, in my opinion, that's a huge amount of abundance. No mortgage, a great job, a beautiful house in such a beautiful place where we live here. But it still wasn't enough. So my question is, what's enough? What's enough? And when are we ever going to get to the point where we're past that? We're not suffering, grasping, clinging for more. From here, take an inhale, slowly come up. Good, breathe, bend your front knee, take an inhale and take those arms up. We're going to take that front foot forward a bit. As you exhale, take both palms down to the ground. Again, I come onto my fist, and then we're going to take those legs a little wider with the left foot to the outside of your mat. Take a few breaths here. Exhale all the air. Inhale, let's straighten up both legs. And then exhale, sink in a little bit. Inhale, straighten up. And exhale, sink in. Inhale, straighten up. And exhale, sink in, and then hold here. And breathe. I ask this question again because I believe that that's one of the ways that we suffer the most, is fearing that we don't have enough. What's enough? Good. From here, flatten down those palms. Inhale, step back, downward dog. As you exhale, find another version again of child pose, whatever feels good for you. Inward reflection time. Breathe. Great. From here, slowly come up all fours. Good. This time, take your elbows down to the ground. So elbows come down, interlock your palms. Inhale, lift up into dolphin. Walk your feet back a little bit. So not the dolphin that you think, lifting up high. We're going to do again a little bit more forward. Exhale all the air. Inhale, come forward into your plank. And exhale, push your heels back, engage your thighs, drop the hips. Take another inhale here. And exhale, lift up, dolphin. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, heels go back. Take another inhale, really engage through the buttocks. And then exhale back into dolphin. Inhale, forward into plank. And then hold here, breathe. Just feel. Feel the shaking, feel the burning. Take another inhale. And now exhale, allow your hips to lower down. Bring yourself into a Sphinx pose. So your arms come forward, palms come flat. Lift your chest and breathe. Tuck your toes. Allow your palms to come under your shoulders. Contract your abdominal muscles and inhale. Lift yourself up and come up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Big toes come together. Take an inhale. Reach your right leg up behind you. And as you exhale, pull your right knee to your chest. And let's come down for pigeon and breathe. If pigeon is too much on your knee, you are welcome to come into a pigeon on your back. Great. Hold here for a couple of breaths, lifting up through the chest. I have short arms, so I come up under my fingertips, but you might have long arms, and you can make this position without your fingertips. Good. Roll the shoulders back and breathe. I went through this exercise yesterday with a massage client because we were talking about this. What is enough? Again, my classes are full of what's going on in my life. So I asked her, imagine you won the Princess Margaret Home Lottery. You won, and they told you that along with your luxury home, that you won $10,000. How good does it feel? Pretty good. And imagine if they called you back and they said, we made a mistake. You didn't win $10,000, you won 20. Does it make you feel any better? Like the we is already there. And the dollar amount doesn't really matter. Heck, I could win a stick of gum and I'd be happy, you know? Like a stick of gum is pretty great. Good, slowly come down onto your elbows now. If this is too much on you, being in this pigeon, just come on down. You can just come on down. I understand completely. But some of you have some back pain, and this is going to help your back pain. It helps mine. Or could help your back pain, pardon me. But it's also a question, me taking you through that exercise, I'm trying to work on that. What I'm trying to say is, do we really have an amount in our head? Or is it an unlimited amount and nothing's ever going to be enough? When are we going to slow down? When are we going to find joy? How can we find joy if we're not living in enough? Allow your palms to come underneath your shoulders. Allow yourself to go onto your right buttocks. And then take your left leg, sweep it around in front of you. Leg comes straight in front of you. Take an inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, slowly fold over your thigh. Breathe, palms on either side of the leg. So just try to not grip. Again, this is this gripping and clinging to flexibility. Maybe those palms can come down to the side. Relax those elbows down. Breathe. We can cling so much, right? Money, emotions, relationships. What about your future? Do you cling to an idea of what the future is supposed to look like? Great. Interlock your thumbs, contract your abdominal muscles. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. And then exhale, release down. Good, breathe. Lift your left knee. So you're gonna follow me here. Lift your left knee, just move your microphone out of the way. Do everything I do. Reach, grab a hold of your right foot. So right palm grabs a hold of the right foot. Right palm, good. Then your foot comes up. So your arms on the inside of your knee. Use your left palm and bring yourself down onto your back, slowly. And then the sole of the foot goes up toward the ceiling. There you go. Good. Knee is bent. And then, so don't straighten that leg. Yeah, and if you can't hold the foot, grab your knee instead. And then very slowly, start to straighten out that right leg, or left leg, not your right leg. No. Your left leg, the other leg. That's it. And breathe. And this is one of the poses that I actually find myself, when I come in here, I find I suffer, not physically. I suffer because I remember being in classes and walking around and sticking my knees into your thighs, as I have a knee into that right thigh, I have my palm down on your left thigh. I call this the stretch of joy. And I can't wait for things to go back to normal so that I can do this to people again. Right? There's a little bit of it. There's that's the stuff that we bring to our practice to work on. Don't judge myself. It's just there. Good. Slowly release the foot. Pull the knees into the chest. Give a little rock. Here's the fun part. Grab a hold of your microphone. Kidding. Lift that buttocks. Slowly come up and roll all the way over and up into downward facing dog. And breathe. Here's one of those places where we can have a little bit of letting go happening. Just a little bit. We can take maybe something that somebody said to us today or something we wanted to say and we couldn't because it was not appropriate. It's okay that we didn't say it. It's probably best that we didn't say it. But could we just let it out now? Good. Take your big toes back together. Inhale, take your left leg up. And as you exhale, that left knee comes to the outside of the left wrist this time. Good. Now, again, we're on these screens, so it's really hard for me to see all of you. I can't. So just make sure that you're not in pain, right? If this foot is here like mine is, and it feels okay, great. Don't feel like you have to force it up. And don't feel like, you need to be anything. Just where you're at. Feeling your breath. If there's pain, come into doing this onto your back. Keep your chest lifting. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, slowly allow yourself to come down onto your elbows now and breathe. Allow this to be a time now where just everything I've brought up today starts to move through you. What can we learn about ourselves? And then what kind of little reminders can we set for ourselves? These little reminders could be what yoga calls a mantra, but for us, it would be things that help us move through this. So when we feel ideas of anger or emotions, like I said earlier, it was time for me to let go. Right, so what can we say to ourselves then? It's okay. It's okay to let go here. You're safe. Your heart is safe. What about things where we feel this need for other things and those tendencies come up for us? Could we say something like, I have enough? Slowly lift your chest, place your palms under your shoulders, and then gently come over to the left side. Sweep that right leg around. Your left foot comes to your inner thigh, right leg straight in front of you. Take an inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, fold over, palms on either side of the leg and breathe. Great. From here, slowly lift yourself up, ragdoll up. Lift that right foot up. Right. Then reach with your left palm, grab a hold of the left foot this time. Again, the arm is on the inside of that knee. Gently bring yourself down onto your elbow, then onto your back. And that knee stays bent first. If you can't hold on to the foot, hold on to your knee instead, pulling it in toward your armpit. And then when you're ready, and only if it feels comfortable for you, start to straighten out that right leg this time. Feeling breath. Great. From here, slowly release. This time, pull the knees in, give a little rock. You've got 3 options right now. It is 1:45. You may need to get to work. So you're welcome to go. The second option, I did have a twist that I wanted to do today. So you could do it, take your Shavasana, but you could do that in a twist. The third option is to just relax down into Shavasana. So do what you need. I've only got a couple minutes because I do have to get ready for another class, but I do want to finish this off today. So feel breath. This yoga practice is the practice that we use so that we live in joy in our lives. Patanjali, like I said last week, was not just the writer of the Yoga Sutras, but he was a grammarian. And the words that he chose had layered meaning, which is why different Sanskrit scholars have taken different things from it. Some call it aparigraha, having enough. Some call it not grasping and clinging toward things. Myself, I enjoy the different translations because I believe Patanjali meant them all. Please know that there's no proof. I'm saying this from my own perspective because I enjoy the layered meaning. Patanjali said things in very short, curt phrases. And then this is what we went off to in our practices and became our life practice of looking inward. At different times, this has a different meaning for us. What is it for you today? What are the lessons that you need to take in here? Not judge yourself, but what do we need to learn? What do you need to learn? How will observing a parigraha better serve your life so that you can live with more joy? Now you are welcome to stay here. You're welcome to lie down and relax. As I said, I took this a little late today, and well, the truth is, I have to go teach another class. So if you could, for those of you who'd like to join me this way, you can pull your knees up into your chest, each palm on each knee, give a little rock. Rock over to the right, and then come on up to a seated position. If you are seated, great. If you are lying down, equally great. You can stay there. Wherever you are, just please repeat after me. I have enough. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for sharing. And thank you again for allowing me to be your guide. Namaste. Thank you, thank you. Give me just a quick sec. Thank you, Brenda. And to all of you, thank you. Thank you. I will see y'all next week or earlier. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks, Brenda. I'm going to end this, but hopefully you're great, and I will see you next week.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Next week. Bye-bye.